Hey, welcome back. So today I thought I would share the process with you starting this new garden. To the left of my husband is where our greenhouse is now. That is still under construction, but there was some prep work to get this new garden area started. So as you see, my husband removed that maple. We had a company remove these large Douglas firs, and they left us with some logs. We have a fireplace, so we definitely used the logs and the wood. But some of it I did use to retain the soil. So here my husband is just leveling out the area a little bit, and then of course we had some soil delivered, really good rich compost from a local place. So that was delivered, and you can see the area is quite messy. It is under construction, but I'm so excited. At the end of this project, it just looks a lot tidier, and it's definitely my vision is coming into play. So here I am just using this amount of logs just to retain the soil. It's free, we had it, and I don't think we're actually going to see it from the front of the garden once the trees and shrubs sort of grow in. So yeah, I know it's an unconventional way of doing it, but this is what we had, so I thought I would use it. So here I am just moving all the logs in just an area. I'm leaving a pathway behind there just in case, just for access. But yeah, this will be the garden space just to the right of the logs. So here they are. They're not super tidy, definitely not the most professional way to do it, but that's what I did. And then I'm also putting down cardboard. We had a shipment delivered with lots of cardboard, so it was awesome. I didn't have to scavenge any dumpsters for this cardboard. If you've never used cardboard before, I definitely highly recommend it. It is an easy way to sort of suppress most of the weeds, not all. Like you can see, there's a bit of grass that's in between the cardboard and logs, which I will have to remove by hand as it grows up through the soil, but that's a minor issue for me. The cardboard definitely does a lot of the grunt work for me, and I have used it so many times, and I love this method. So easy. So then I'm just spreading out this compost, or soil rather, just evenly around. I'm getting to be about probably 6 or 8 inches at the very back because I'm trying to level as I go. The area that I'm standing on now is definitely higher than where the logs are, as you can see. So I'm trying to level the area as I go. Our whole property is just hill, so we've been doing so much work to make more level areas, which has definitely been rewarding. Okay, so there we are. We're almost done. Hey, welcome back. So this is the new garden. If you saw my shrub and tree haul, just my recent one, you know that I am planning a new garden, and today I made it happen. So you just saw me sort of retaining the area. We had some trees taken down, and with the logs, we use most of them for firewood in the winter months, but then some of them I used to retain the soil. And then I built up layers of soil that we had trucked in, and then underneath the soil was a layer of cardboard to suppress the weeds or deter any seeds from growing. So now is the fun part. I love jobs like this where you get all of the hard work done at the beginning and then you get the fun part at the end. So this is going to be the visually appealing part, placing all of these trees. The area we're in has a existing garden I just added this year with a beautiful rock wall that I built. I'm also going to mimic it on this side. So the edge of soil that I laid beside the asphalt driveway will also be a rock border.
I think it'll give it a very cohesive look when you're sort of coming up the driveway to the greenhouse. The greenhouse is just behind the side-by-side right here. So my vision is to have a beautiful evergreen mixed border with some shrubs and perennials at the front. I want to keep everything low growing because I don't want to affect any of the potential sunlight coming in for the greenhouse. So everything's going to be about 10 or 12 feet or less, just to make sure that we don't block any of that precious sunlight. Okay, so let's get to the fun part, the placing of the trees. Okay, I am quite happy with this. So we've got the juniper back there, the blue arrow, and then the weeping blue Colorado, the white pine, the weeping larch, another blue arrow, the smoke bush I thought would be a nice pop of red there. And then, of course, we've got our little dwarf Alberta spruce at the back beside another blue arrow juniper, and then the focal point, which is the weeping Norway spruce. So I'm quite happy with this. I'm going to get it planted up. The good thing is we can always change our minds. Even though it's a ton of work to move trees, I don't ever want to feel like I'm restricted in planting them once they've already been planted once. So I'm going to get the shovel and get going with these. Well, that wraps up today's project. It was quite tiring. I think I am very exhausted. Maybe I even earned myself a hot tub soak. So I'm so thrilled with how this came together. I think it's the perfect backdrop to the greenhouse. I'm super, super excited to get this area tidied up. It was just sort of like a junk pile before, storage for all of our construction materials, but now it is beautiful. So now we have the foundation done. We've got our trees and shrubs. I've got a couple more shrubs that I have on order that are coming that I would like to tuck in here, but then the rest will just be perennials, ground covers, and that type of thing. I think it's going to be really, really beautiful as we add a little bit more color to this area now that we've got our greens and blues and the main structure of the garden. So of course I'm standing on a stump. This was left here when we removed some trees, but I think it's an opportunity to put something cool here. So I'm wondering if maybe I should put a sculpture here, some sort of driftwood. I don't know. We'll see what comes to mind when I'm on the hunt for this piece. Anyway, other things that we have to do in this area is there's a fir behind me. It's a little bit unsightly. It was blocked by other evergreens, so it's not healthy. It needs to be removed, so we'll remove that one. But I think the base of it is done. One more thing will be a border around the soil area just to separate the driveway and pathway from the soil. So I'll be working on that, harvesting rock from our property because we have so many rocks and just doing a nice little border around the edge to mimic the other side of the garden. Well, that's all for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I can't wait to share the progress as I plug in more plants in this area. But as always, thank you for joining me and I'll see you next time. Okay, and then just to give you a more backed up view of the area so you can picture what it'll look like when it's done. Of course, we've got our rock wall on this side. So this border here, these are all rocks harvested from our property. So I'll be collecting more to border this edge all the way around from the driveway and the pathway. I think it'll clean up the area, define it a little bit, and also add some cohesion.